these are major streets that we're talking about, Hoover and Jefferson, and there is no police presence over here. This is really where it's a lot of self-policing. You can see that some of the demonstrators are actually helping to direct traffic, but we have seen several vehicles come up to the intersection, and they're confused as to what's going on. They're stuck in traffic, and then they come and see that it's because of the demonstration. So we have seen things get a little intense here between some of the demonstrators and drivers. But I want to take you on a quick little aerial survey of where this is in relation to the campus and where that other demonstration is taking place. So again, we're on the north end of the USC campus. That is where the gate is to the school. You'll notice that there basically circles the entire campus, and that gate was shut down to anyone who wasn't a student. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt up here, move to the left. There's the LAPD chopper overhead. He's been assisting with making announcements. Those dispersal announcements, they've come from the helicopter as well to make sure that everyone can hear them. But here is the heart of the campus. This is where we've seen LAPD move in. This is where USC police has been all day, and this is where we've seen those hundreds of protesters throughout the day. At this point, I can say that some of them have dispersed after those several dispersal orders and threats of arrest. Some of those demonstrators have left the campus, but just in the middle of the lawn area here, and my pilot Saro, of course, doing the best he can to navigate around all of these trees here at the heart of the campus, that is where you're going to see a group of about 30 people that is chained hand to hand, and you see some of them even sitting down. So in all likelihood, these are the demonstrators that have volunteered to be detained here by not LAPD. LAPD is only assisting, but they're going to be detained by USC police for trespassing. And finally, the last element that I want to show you here is going to be Vermont, which is going to take us to the west side of the campus. So I'm going to widen out here. It's a little bit of a move just past the field there, and it's going to be this major street here over here. Again, this is going to be Vermont, which is going to be completely shut down, essentially between Jefferson and Exposition Park. This is where LAPD has been staging nearly all day. The fire department is here as well. And earlier, we noticed something really interesting with the LA City Fire Department. They had actually set up a triage area. And so for those of you who aren't too familiar with what that is basically they had set out a couple of different tarps, 3 different colors, and each tarp would designate a level of injury. So they were fully expecting that if things went south, that they would have LA City firefighters and paramedics on standby in case anyone got hurt. Fortunately, we haven't seen that. We have, of course, seen some people being detained, but at this point, it seems like at least nobody has been hurt from what we've been able to gather from our viewpoint overhead.
Eliana, we thank you for that tour. It's really helpful for us, to really get a sense of where everyone is. And if we could ask you to head back towards Hoover and Jefferson now. When you were over that area earlier, this is the area where a number of protesters left campus and then kind of took over the street there. Eliana, I think you told us earlier that at that point there were some protesters who were getting on top of cars. Did I understand that correctly?
That's correct. We noticed that there were 2 people that had jumped on top of one of the vehicles that was simply just trying to make his way here through on Jefferson. Fortunately, that driver was traveling at a very slow rate of speed, so the 2 people that had jumped on his vehicle were not hurt in any way. They simply jumped off and away the driver went. But the concern is, of course, that one of these drivers could possibly get agitated. They could get scared if somebody jumps on top of their vehicle. So that's really what's the biggest concern here at the intersection of Hoover and Jefferson, especially because, again, we don't have a police presence over here. We don't have any CHP or LAPD to be blocking these vehicles from possibly hitting these pedestrians that are in the middle of the intersection. At this point, it's pretty much just self-policing. You'll notice that there are a few demonstrators that are trying to divert traffic away from the crowd, but of course, it just takes one person and people could get hurt.